Look, ladies and gentlemen, obviously we here on this Father's Day. You know it wouldn't be Father's Day without something from the Big Baller brand. And obviously Lonzo, Lamelo, we in the off season. They look like they're live from the Big Baller brand estate with the CEO of Big Baller brand, LaVar Ball, his father, their father, pardon me. It's just kind of crazy, to say the least. LaVar Ball is the truth and a half. The man is still doing so much stuff, pushing Big Baller brand forward. They just look like they having one heck of a time. And this is what it's all about. This is what everybody loved about this family. This site that we seeing right here. This is what everybody fell in love with the Big Baller brand when LaVar Ball initially broke onto the scene. Obviously, we knew of the three sons and Lonzo, Lamelo, Leangelo, but we just, like I said, to see where everybody is at the moment, I think speaks volumes, and it all comes full circle for the Big Baller, LaVar Ball. Now, from sights and sounds of this game, it looked like LaVar was having his way with his younger sons. And it seemed like they, like I said, they just having a ball, man. And for two young men who have it all, they could be anywhere else in the world right now, and they still able to keep the main thing the main thing. And there's always family first with Big Baller brand. Um, I just love what I'm seeing. It look like they have never forgot where they've come from. LaVar don't get enough credit for how he, has raised his kids. We look at a lot of fathers today, who go to games and they get celebrated, they get respected. LaVar Ball started a lot of this for these fathers. Now it's just crazy. LaVar never stepped on the floor, and he would have never done nothing like that. And I hate to bring up Tyrese Halliburton, but we never seen LaVar Ball do things like that. LaVar always was at the game chilling. He never got to the point where he made himself bigger than the game. And it was always his children. That's how LaVar Ball pushed it. So I know that, knowing LaVar Ball, how he just through the years that we've seen, this is what he wanted. He wanted to be with his family, for Father's Day. I don't think he would have wanted to do anything else than to play backgammon. Now, this is a game that I'm unfamiliar with. Shout out to all my people out on the West Coast. Y'all let me know. I know we got a lot of people. I know, Vegas is right next door. Um, they look like they was keeping score, keeping count, and just having a ball, and they deserve a lot of props. It was a family affair. I didn't get a good look at Leangelo. Y'all let me know if Jello was there. I didn't see Jello. He didn't post anything. We all know Jello is doing so much right now. He's traveling all over the world. He's got this major record. He got an album coming out. So Jello is just on the run right now. So obviously that's what we see. Um, but like I'm just ecstatic, from all the things we've seen from LaVar, for him to still be traveling, for him to still be going to events, pop ups, and things like that. I just don't think that LaVar get enough credit, for what he's doing and the things that he has done and the people that he has inspired. He, just like I said, he's never going to be erased from the culture. And to be honest with you, he not even really all out in the front scene. LaVar Ball kind of, I wouldn't say he fell back, but he not all in the front scene. And these cameras and reporters, they know, they put a camera in LaVar's face. You heard what he said. He the most uncontrollable black man in the world. So if you put a camera in his face, he might really give you that talk. He might tell you what's going on in Charlotte that we're not really hearing about. You got Michael Jordan. He about to pop out now with NBC. Hopefully we could hear some things that we've been wanting to see and hear. The relationship between LaVar Ball, Lamelo, and Michael. I would like to know about that. What promises was made involving LiAngelo. I know we're going a little bit off track here, but it's a lot of things I wanna see and hear. And LaVar just looks like every month, every week, he getting stronger and stronger. I'm telling you, it won't be long before LaVar Ball is back on 2 feet. You see him still moving around as is. Now LaVar got every, I wouldn't say reason, but he could, if the average person was LaVar Ball, incredible father, gonna go down in history books, for the way he did it. You have people emulating everything that he's done, you know, to get the results of LaVar Ball. You know, he's just gonna go down as the GOAT, as one of the greatest of all time at doing this. I really believe that if he had played in the NBA, he may have been respected up there with Dion. I think that's the only thing that you know that kind of negates him. If LaVar Ball played in the NBA, they would be looking at him like Dion. Even LeBron. LeBron wasn't pushing his kids like that until LaVar got out there. Let's keep it 100. We got to go back and do our homework. These people was not putting their kids out there the way they doing now until LaVar Ball came out in the scene. These people been had children. They was not showing them like this. LeBron James, Bronny James, he was no Bronny James. Nobody even cared about LeBron James' son until LaVar Ball started this whole movement. And then everybody's concerned about the son, the youngest one. Your son's on coming down the pipeline. We got to remember who started this. It was a father, and his name was LaVar Ball. So shout out to everybody that's celebrating Father's Day today. Obviously, I repeat, the Big Baller brand. This is a wonderful family, to follow. A lot of people, critics, so-called, people that think they know this and know that, they try to separate. They love to almost make it look like Lamelo is not fooling around. He's thinking of doing something. Lamelo is so intact with LaVar and his family. It's not even funny, and haters, they got to eat that. A lot of people wanted to push a narrative, and their narratives have been debunked. Not only have they been debunked, it's been debunked by the source, and that's LaMelo Ball. And every time they see visuals like this, you got to put their hands and heads in their palms. It's Flight Sports TV. Happy Father's Day. Salute to all the fathers all around the world. We all know that it's hard out here. We got fathers that's present. We got fathers that's fighting to get back into their child's lives. We got fathers who just lost their kids. We got fathers going through separation. And, we got fathers that's incarcerated, that's still trying to make a difference in any way. So just salute to all the fathers that's making an attempt, that's present, that's doing whatever, because here at Flight Sports, we're going to shout out the fathers. I wanted to speak to you about the Big Baller brand and what they got going on to highlight the importance of Father's Day. It's Flight Sports TV. Make sure you hit the like button. If you're new, most definitely hit the subscribe button. Peace and love.